Half of y'all might hate me after this, but it. How often do we have sex in our marriage? So if I was single right now, something that would be non-negotiable for me, advice for someone thinking to be an entrepreneur. Stop thinking about it, bro. Don't mess with Julia when she's angry, man. These are memories that you're gonna have the rest of your life.
You know you left me lonely, I could tell them the whole story, it may take a couple hours.
What is going on, bros? It has been a minute since we've done a Q&A video, and taking a look at the questions for today, I'm hyped. We got guys looking to get to the next level with their finances. We have some important dating scenarios to take a look at, and there's also a few questions in here that are a little bit personal, a little uncomfortable, things I've never answered before, so let's get it. All right, question one, sold the villa or renting it out? So for those of you who don't know, we just moved back to Texas from Spain and we had built this beautiful villa there. And I know a lot of y'all were recommending that we should just rent it out to get that cash flow. But what you gotta realize is that real estate is not my business. I have multiple other businesses and I'm focused on growing those. So for me, it was an easy decision just to sell that, get it off the books, get it off my mind, have that peace of mind. And I'm happy to say that last week we finally closed on the house. It's a done deal. It's not mine anymore. In terms of, how much profit we made, it's a little confusing because we did sell it for like $300K more than we built it for, which seems like a win because we only lived there for 4 months. But you got to realize that in Spain, there's a lot of transaction fees. Like I paid 10% tax to the Spanish government on the construction. That was like $150K on its own. Then I had to pay 5% to the brokers when I sold it. So after all was said and done, it was like essentially a break-even scenario, which maybe seems annoying, but I'm actually pretty pumped about it. We built it to live there. I didn't lose any money on it. Now we're back in Texas and life continues. Advice for someone thinking to be an entrepreneur. Stop thinking about it, bro. For most of my life, I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur one day, and I thought there'd be this magical moment when I'd feel prepared, then I'd launch my first business, and then it'd be amazing. But that's not how it fucking works. The reality is that being an entrepreneur is really just a mindset that you can adopt already no matter what your situation is. And the mindset is taking 1000% responsibility for your current financial situation, then actively finding ways that you can make more money. So if you're working a job for someone else, this might mean going and talking to your boss and saying, look, I want to add more value here. I want to make your life easier. What additional responsibilities can I take on? Because if you create a plan with your boss and you execute on that, then he's going to pay you more. Maybe it means not doing that, but already starting your first side hustle in addition to your main job. And stay tuned because later in the video, we're going to be talking about what's the best first side hustle to start in 2024. Are you thinking about building a pool? No, bro. I'm not thinking about it. I'm fucking building one, bro. You see, we got the cat up there. The excavation started today. It's looking crazy out here, man. You can see the form boards. The patio's gonna extend all the way from here out to there. I'll throw a render on the screen of what the final product's gonna look like. This is what it's supposed to look like at least. You can see it's got the hot tub in the corner over there. And some people build a pool or buy a house with a pool and they don't use it that much. From the Spain days, I'm gonna be in this damn pool every puta madre dia del año, bro. In the pool or the hot tub, maybe the pool and the hot tub. With regards to finding the right girl for you, well, that's for me, not for you. What's one thing that's non-negotiable? So if I was single right now, something that would be non-negotiable for me would be if I was trying to talk to a girl and set up a date and she was making it difficult by not responding or flaking on the date, I'm fucking out. Because on one hand, it's annoying, but on the other hand, it's actually symptomatic of something deeper, that this girl's probably riding this carousel of attention from other guys, getting a bunch of different matches and not taking any of them seriously. I want a girl who's actually serious about exploring this together.
My non-negotiable would be that she has to support your mission. So whatever she can do to help you level up and she's supportive of it. If not, she's gonna be too focused on her own thing and that's not gonna work. You guys are gonna collide.
You're basically saying she should be submissive to the man.
Something like that.
Early on in our relationship, Julia was literally on the streets in Boston filming me approaching other girls because those videos were going viral on the channel.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
That's a fucking ride or die.
So where do I end? I should go back to bed. Left to all the basics, teaching myself now how to erase it. It's like learning a whole new language, and I'm afraid too scared to face it. I just want.
Cheers.
Salute.
Salute to that first first sip of pre-workout. How often do we have sex in our marriage? To be completely honest with y'all, it's not changed since before marriage to after marriage. And I know a lot of guys are so afraid that, like, I'm gonna get married and then my wife's gonna stop putting out because she knows that I'm committed to her. She's not gonna keep giving me the sex.
And she has a headache all the time.
Yeah, that hasn't been true in our case. In terms of an exact frequency, if you want to know, I mean, it's
a lot. It's a lot. I think out of like all our friends, like we are like the most sexually active.
Anybody tell you look like Tom Hardy? I'm a big fan of Tom Hardy. I don't know that I see that too much. The one I've been getting a lot lately is that I look like the guy in The Gentleman, and that one is on point. I think that's the closest one that I've ever been compared to.
The hair, the like beard, the way he carries himself in that show, it's like very David-like. It's very freaky. Even my parents were like, oh my gosh, that looks like David.
Comment below, Tom Hardy or The Gentleman? Who looks more like me? Can I give a woman a piece of cheese as a gift? Yes. How do I find my own big homie Dave, a ride or die on that same type of mission? So the funny thing for me is that it was kind of luck. This is back before I started the YouTube channel, like 2014. I was writing a blog, howtobeast.com, that was about my self-improvement journey. And separately from me, David started a blog, postgradcasanova.com, where he was talking about dating advice. And we had a mutual friend, Ryan. He was like, yo, David, you should meet Dave. Both of y'all are doing the same type of thing. And that was literally the turning point for my fucking life. Because before that, I had these big goals of starting an online business, taking my content to the next level, but I was isolated. I felt like I was doing it alone. I wasn't really taking it seriously. But then when I met Dave, it was like he was next to me. We were fighting in the trenches. He would have a month where he'd make more money than me online, and I'd be like, fuck that, I'm gonna beat him out next month. His dating life was also like, he was dating higher quality girls than me when I met him, and I was like, I'm not gonna let this guy stay on top of me. I'm gonna get on his level. So we had this friendly competition where we pushed both of each other, we hold each other accountable, and both of our progress just like shot up to the moon after that. And guys, this is literally why I created Beast Nation, so you can instantly tap into a tribe of like-minded men who are all focused on growing together and challenging each other. There's even an interactive Beast Nation map where you can easily find guys in your city. And that means you could meet your big homie Dave today. There's a lot of guys in Beast Nation who've already made that connection.
I found my business partner. He reached out to me. I've reached out to a bunch of other guys. We met up a few times. We're filming all my content together. For example, the other day I was at the gym. My crush was there. I wanted to talk to her. I texted one of my buddies in the chat. I was like, hey bro, I'm a little nervous. Jumped on a call with me at the gym, pumped me up, went over, talked to her, and I got her number.
And that's not even to mention that every single week, the guys in Beast Nation get to hop on a live call with myself where I can give you direct feedback. Normally that type of access starts at $3,000 minimum. You also get access to the Beast Nation HQ, where there's step-by-step modules to help you launch your first side hustle, make an extra $5,000 per month, master your dating life. Like, this is literally what I wish I had back then at a price point that I actually could have afforded back then. And in case you missed it, this week we're running a promotion where you can join Beast Nation for only $1. That's going to cover your first entire month. After that, it's just $49.99 per month. Just click that first link down in the description to join Beast Nation for $1 now. That offer expires in just 2 days. And look, it doesn't have to be Beast Nation. Maybe you spend $500 to fly out to a young entrepreneur's event and you can make that connection there. Maybe you spend $1,000 on your first camera so you can start creating content for clients as a side hustle. Just, I urge you, bro, start doing something now. Put yourself in the position so you actually have a fucking chance. If you just keep waiting, nothing's gonna happen. You have to put yourself in a position to succeed. You have to take that first leap of faith. Push day, full body push day about to go down. I'm gonna make a sacrifice here because we're gonna work out together. I'm supposed to do leg press for my lower body movement. What do you got?
I got Bulgarian split squats. Help grow that booty.
AKA the devil's juice, the devil's movement, man. This is torture, but let's get it. Gains, bro. Workout complete. Feeling angry after that workout. You feeling angry? Don't mess with Julia when she's angry, man.
Yeah.
I saw you at the gym a couple years ago. You ain't catfishing. So I'm assuming that this means when you saw me, I didn't look like a skinny little bitch. So I appreciate that, man. I love when you guys come up and say what's up to me. Seriously, that means the world to me that you guys take the time to watch the videos. But a comment that I've gotten a few times, more than a few times, is like, oh damn bro, you're actually taller than I thought based on the videos. Oh bro, you're more muscular than I thought. So I don't know if it's that I like really suck at filming myself or what it is, but I'll take it as a compliment, thank you. If you're skinny fat, do you recommend cutting or bulking as first priority? Well, basically all of us start from a skinny fat starting point, which sucks because it's like you're wearing clothes and people can't tell you lift, but if you're shirtless, you also don't have any muscle definition. So here's the question. Are you more skinny or are you more fat? If you're more fat and you're able to grab like rolls of fat on your belly, that means you have a lot of fat to lose. You're probably better off cutting first, because when you get to a lower body fat percentage, your hormones are gonna be more optimized, it's gonna be easier to build muscle. But if you're more skinny and you don't really have that much fat on your body, well, it's kind of pointless to try and cut down. Even if you don't have abs yet, it's gonna be a lot better to build a muscular base and bulk up first. When will the pink lemonade pre-workout be back in stock? Well, I got some good news for y'all, because the pink lemonade pre-workout Beast Fuel from Gains Club is officially back in stock, and the chocolate chip cookie flavored whey iso protein from Gains Club also back. That's been out of stock for like a year. Y'all been hating on me, leaving a lot of mean comments. It's back. I hear y'all, it's back, and you can use the coupon code right there to save 10% off your order. Stop hating. How do you incorporate your Catholic beliefs into your life? Well, this is a deep question, and whenever you talk about religion, I know some of y'all are gonna relate to what I'm saying. It's not gonna resonate with some of you, but for me, I was always taught to treat your neighbor as you'd like to be treated yourself, and especially to look out for those that are less fortunate than myself. So I do my best, and look, humans are imperfect, all of us are sinners, but I do my best to be extremely kind to anyone who's in a vulnerable position or anyone who's in a less fortunate position than myself. And I'm talking about just in day-to-day interactions with people. I do hope that through this channel, I have been able to add some value to the community and help out a lot of guys who have been in, vulnerable or tough situations. So obviously that's the standard that I strive for. I'm sure I fail on that a lot of times, but that's the standard that I try for, and this is really where I get my moral compass and my virtues from. If you were in your early 20s, what business would you start? So for me, this is an easy decision. First of all, I'd want to pick something that allowed me to get started without a big initial investment, because I didn't have that money back then. And second, I'd want to pick something that would selfishly help me level up my own skills. So the answer would be, I'd be a video editor. I'd reach out to influencers and I'd offer to edit their content for them, primarily their short form content, because that's very in demand right now. And you gotta realize I've always wanted to create my own content. So by working as a video editor, I'm gonna level up my video editing skills, and that's going to allow me to also elevate my own content. It's a win-win. Now, if that sounds enticing to you, I will say that is one of the skills that we teach inside of Beast Nation. My personal video editor, he actually walks you through his step-by-step editing process using CapCut, which is a completely free software. So that way you can quickly learn the skill of video editing. And then my personal business mentor, he's gonna walk you through step-by-step the best way to actually reach out and sign new clients, which is something most people never figure out. It took a bit of convincing to get him to do this. Normally he charges like 30K plus to even talk to him, but he's the best guy for the job. He's gonna show you how to get it done.
I can't go back to you, my friend. Don't need an ask, don't play pretend. You think you are everything.
All right, so while we take these two little fuckers for a walk, who is your favorite rapper of all time? For me, Drake. What about you?
Lil Dicky.
Lil Dicky, really?
Drake?
Do you guys think Drake is a piece of shit, man. He's I'm not gonna say that. He makes good music, but I don't really respect him as a musician. It's clearly Kanye. He's clearly the greatest musician of all time. He's revolutionized the music industry, album after album, and he's the GOAT. Is cold approaching even worth it anymore with online dating? Yes. And I'm not saying yes because you're gonna get a bunch of dates and meet your girlfriend from cold approaching, but for me, forcing myself to cold approach, which is maybe it's kind of a cringy term, but the idea is to approach girls who you don't know and to start conversations with them. For me, that forced me to really increase my social awareness, my social confidence. Like, in order to have the skill to confidently and charismatically stop a girl, enter a conversation, get her phone number, you learn so many of these micro level, just socially intelligent things that now when you're talking to anyone, doesn't matter if it's a guy, a girl, whether you're on a date, you're just gonna seem like a much cooler dude. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
So really, one cool thing in our neighborhood is it has this big like outlook with straight panoramic hill country views. The dogs love coming up here because there's a bunch of space for them. And there's this wall here that's pretty tall. It's up to like my hip. And Rolo's so proud of himself because the other day, you'll see, ready? I was going here, here. Oh my God, he jumps up so easy. Now get up there, bro. Oh, I know it. Oh, we were here last time and I was going over and he was like squealing because he was so mad he couldn't keep up with me. But the man has some hops. Give me a pound, bro. He faced his fear and he made it to the next level. You're inspiring all of us. Do you ever miss the early days of How to Beast? 1000%, bro. In life, the journey truly is the most special part. Like, I was just this young, hungry kid who didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but I was just so pumped up and so excited to be trying out this YouTube thing. And every day before I'd film the next video, I'd just be like, YouTube was the only thing in my head. I'd just be thinking, how do I make this video better than the next video? What can I implement? You know, that's when I first started getting like the drones and shit. And obviously I crashed a lot of them back then. But those are the fucking days, man. And to think that some of y'all followed me back then all the way till now, I can't express that gratitude through the camera. Like going through that fire, going through that grind is what made me who I am. So right now, wherever you're at, I know you're hungry to get to the next level, but appreciate where you're at. Because when you get to that next level, you're just gonna be hungry to get to the level after that. And you don't wanna like rush by the early days of your journey because it's the most special part. And these are memories that you're gonna have the rest of your life and you're gonna miss this time. When is the house tour coming and where is your furniture from? Julia, when's the house tour coming?
I already told you guys, when we move in 6 months, we'll give you a house tour.
Julia, stop trolling them. The house tour is gonna come probably like 4 or 5 months once the pool's in and we've done a couple little upgrades here and there.
And tonight I'm making my 10 out of 10 smash burgers. I made these a couple nights ago and David were like, this is the best burger I've ever had.
10 out of 10. We gotta run it back tonight. Here she is. Take a look. Hold on. Take a look at the beauty of that burger, man. 10 out of 10. I think a big secret of the sauce is the secret sauce. Julia, tell them what's inside the sauce.
It has ketchup, mayonnaise, mustard, and then you take a grater like this and you put a pickle and you grate it in and then you add garlic powder and paprika.
That, my friends, is a 10 out of 10 burger. And I'm picky with my burgers. So we're about to check out a new movie in the theater that I'm pumped for, give y'all a review. But first, I'm gonna answer a question that I probably shouldn't answer. And half of y'all might hate me after this, but fuck it. Trump or Biden? So let me ask you a question. Do you enjoy paying higher prices for gasoline, higher prices for groceries? And also, it doesn't even matter if you support, Israel or Palestine or Russia or Ukraine. But bro, the last 2-3 years, the United States has facilitated a lot of these foreign wars to escalate by sending weapons there, in some cases by preventing peace talks. And to know that that's led to like thousands and thousands of innocent people and innocent children dying, it just, I don't know, it makes me sick, bro. And I don't know if y'all heard, but last week Biden just passed an amendment to Title IX, which essentially means that in schools, if you call someone by the wrong pronoun, you could literally be guilty of a federal crime. And guys, if they say they're a woman, they could use the girl's bathroom. Like, bro, I'm by no means a Trump super fan, but if those are the two choices, and we'll talk about this more as it gets closer to election season, but if those are the two choices, it's an easy decision for me.
It is American, 100%. That's what I'm talking about.
Cool. You watch. Soon as DC falls, they'll turn on each other.
Whatever happens, we don't quit.
So the movie we saw was called Civil War, and it has an excellent premise. It's about in a future potential civil war where Texas and California secede from the federal states, which first of all doesn't make sense because Texas and California they're like opposites. But that being said, I thought it had a lot of potential, but instead of being about this interesting conflict and like the war, it was about 3 journalists who were just like running around taking photos, which kind of ruined it for me. 5 out of 10.
Like a 3 out of 10. I thought it was super boring.
That all being said, I enjoyed hanging out, answering your questions today. If you made it to the end of this video, I recommend that you watch that video next. That is my most recent upload, and it is a banger. Click there to watch that now. I'll talk to you in the next video. Stay beastly.